Hi everybody and welcome to our first short video, starting with something nice and simple for you to do at home. It's just some stretches for lower back pain, which I know a lot of us can suffer from. Most of these stretches you guys will all know anyway. It's just a nice little instructional video that you can follow at home so that you're listening to me and I'm timing all things out for you and we're doing things in the correct order. So we're going to start just by laying down on a mat with a pillow for head support if you wish. First of our stretches is just a simple knee pull to chest. So taking the hands to the knee and bringing it towards you. Aim for the same shoulder as the knee you're pulling on. And as you pull it towards you, I want you to resist the stretch a little bit by pushing away with your leg. The other leg can stay bent or you can slide it out to straight for more stretch. So we're going to hold this for 10 seconds. And then release and do another one again. And release, and then of course the other side. We could repeat this stretch up to 5 times on each side, remembering to hold for 10 seconds each time and resisting the stretch a little bit by pushing back as you pull the knee towards your chest. After we've done our knee to chest stretches, the next one I want us to do is a hamstring stretch. So if you grab behind the back of your leg and pull it towards you, your leg does not need to be dead straight. For those of you that have a band at home, you're welcome to wrap the band around your foot like you would in the class with me. Otherwise, just holding the back of your leg like this is fine. So same thing, we're going to pull the leg towards us. Again, just a 10-second hold. After you've held for the 10 seconds, feeling the stretch down through the back of your leg here, let it go, so ease the stretch off and then pull back again. There shouldn't be any pain in your back when you do a hamstring stretch. And again, you can do 5 on each side. We're just going to do 2 on each side for the sake of the video together. So again, 10 seconds, pulling back with the leg and release, and then repeating again. The next stretch we're going to do is our figure of 4 stretch. So crossing one leg across the other, I want you to take the hands to the legs and pull them up towards you. Now, if you're very tight and sore, you can just pull the top leg to your chest. If you're more flexible and able to, you can lift both legs up. Welcome to hold the knees or welcome to wrap your hands through and hold onto your leg. Same thing, just a 10-second hold. After a 10-second hold, release the tension and repeat the stretch. For this stretch, we should be feeling it stretching us down through the sort of buttock area in the hip of the top leg. And release. Before uncrossing your leg, I now also want you to push your knee away from you. So I'm pushing my crossed over leg away. And same thing, count to 10. This changes the stretch to come a bit more frontal on the body. Hold for 10 seconds and then release. And repeat, push away, holding for 10 seconds. And release, and then of course changing sides. So crossing one leg up over the other. Again, you're welcome to just pull the knee into your chest, grabbing both knees, or if we can, looping our hands under to support the leg. As you pull it towards you, hold for 10 seconds, feel it stretching down in through the glute or the hip. After 10 seconds, release the feeling of stretch, but then pull it back in again. You're welcome to do up to 5 of these on each side. And after we've done 2 pulling towards us, I'm now just going to demonstrate again pushing away. So now I'm going to push this knee away from my body. I'll change the feeling of the stretch towards the side and front. Again, just holding for 10 seconds. And then release. And pushing away again, holding for 10 seconds. And release. The next one I'd like us to do is our side to side knee rocking. So taking your arms out to a T position, a little bit lower if that pulls across the neck and shoulders. And what we're going to do is start with our feet nice and close together and just turn our knees across to one side, allowing our hip to lift, but keeping our shoulders and arms down to the floor. count to 3 or take a breath and then change for the other side. Now as we do this side to side knee rocking, you're welcome to do it with slightly wider feet. A wider feet will give you a bigger stretch. So rocking across, you probably feel like you can get further and get a slightly bigger stretch. Take a breath or count to 3 and then changing to the other side. So 5 of these each way. Holding those arms out in T, keeping your shoulders against the floor. Counting to 3 or taking a breath as you reach that point of stretch. And again, welcome to keep the feet narrower. Or if we want more stretch, we can widen through the feet. The last of the stretches laying on our back is if we just bring our arms back into our side and focus just on our pelvis and our lower back. And what I want us to do is just a simple pelvic tilt. So tucking the pelvis back into the floor and then releasing the pelvis forward. This motion would actually move your lumbar spine and pelvis. We should feel like we're rocking and putting more pressure into the ground, and then feel as we tip back the other way that we're actually taking pressure off the floor. So you can see I'm creating a gap under my spine. Now how far you move is all dependent on the comfortableness of your lumbar spine and whether there's any pain or discomfort. So moving forward and backwards gently, 5 times, nice and slow. Just moving what's comfortable, tucking and tilting the pelvis forwards and backwards. Now for those of us who are comfortable too, the last lot of stretches involve us moving on to all fours. Feel free to stay on your back and continue the back stretches if you don't feel comfortable moving to an all fours position. Coming right into all fours, we're going to repeat the pelvic tilt that we were just doing. So gently and slowly, think about tucking your pelvis under and then tilting your pelvis up. So if we would imagine we had a tail, it's as if we're tucking our tail between our legs and then poking or pushing our tail up into the sky. As we're in this all fours position, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, try to keep your shoulders relaxed, just looking straight down as we do this same tucking and tilting motion 5 times slowly. After we've done the tucking and tilting with just the pelvis 5 times slowly, we're going to come down into child pose. So that's where we gently bring our bottom to our heels and let our arms extend out in front of us to get a deeper stretch. As we're in this rested position, you're welcome to hold your head up, or you can touch your forehead and rest it down onto the mat. This position should maybe feel like you're getting a stretch through the upper part of the body as well if we're tight through the shoulder girdle, and certainly it feels like it's opening up and stretching us through this lumbar part of our spine and into our hips. Child pose is a nice holding position, so we just stay down here anywhere from 10 to 30 seconds, however much you're comfortable to. And then when we're ready, coming back up. The last stretch is a version of child pose which actually integrates more opening through the hip and the lumbar spine. So what I'd like us to do is very gently bring one knee forward, turn that foot underneath us and stretch our other leg back. We're going to go back down into our bottom towards the floor child pose position, arms reached in front, but with this leg hooked up underneath us. Now what that does is increases the stretch out through this hip and opening you up through the hip itself. So down into position again, head resting on the floor or looking straight up if you're not comfortable to put it down onto the ground. You could also use your pillow, bring it a bit closer, rest your forehead on your pillow if you like. Sit down into position, just relaxing, holding it again, 10 seconds, up to 30 seconds if you're comfortable to. Then gently releasing, so bring the arms back, help use your arm strength to get you out of that leaning down position. Swapping to the other side, so bending one forward and across, stretching the other one out, coming down into the hips, reaching the arms in front and resting down 10 to 30 seconds.
Now the stretches we've just been through should be familiar for most of you as we've done them in class. Hopefully the little video we've made is just a reminder of the kinds of things I'd like to get you guys to do, or I ask you to do if you're having a little bit of an episode of acute lower back pain. Remember, of course, that a heat pack is usually your friend if you're feeling stiff and sore through that lumbar area or upper buttock area. So applying some heat is a really good idea a couple of times a day. Don't forget as well that using the tennis ball to do some soft tissue massage work in the area of the lumbar spine. Through here, not on the spine, but wider than the bones, or through here in the upper buttock area. Leaning against the wall with the tennis ball and just doing a little bit of self-massage on those sore spots if you can feel them. Remembering, of course, that physiotherapy centres are still allowed to remain open, so if you are having a severe acute lower back pain problem, you should ring the practice and maybe try and have an appointment, or go to your usual allied health professional and seek some hands-on treatment. I hope today's video was helpful. Nice easy one to start with. Look forward to talking to you all again soon, and I hope you're well.